That's right, Sean. Crumbling conditions, a lack of inmate safety, and overcrowding, all concerns that are being brought up here in this class action lawsuit. Now, that lawsuit was filed against Sheriff Pat Labat and his staff.
It's finally happening, y'all. Fulton County is finally about to get this smoke. And thanks in not a small part to Shannon Stillwell, aka Shannon Jackson, aka SB, who was recently in the YSL trial. He's trying to get out. Hopefully we'll get out this next week. He's got a hearing coming up. But either way, he and another person actually filed a lawsuit against Fulton County because of some of the things that went on, because of the situation he's currently in, being in the Fulton County jail system. And we're going to talk about it and go through it and see what they're suing them for. Here we go.
Breaking at 4, the Fulton County Sheriff has been slapped with 2 new lawsuits today. I'm
Good.
Tony Barnett.
I'm Sean Gables. Both suits related to the jail on Rice Street and on the conditions inside. Atlanta News First Plus anchor Maria Moreau is at the First Alert Breaking News desk. And Maria, the filing is requesting that a judge gets involved.
That's right, Sean. Crumbling conditions, a lack of inmate safety, and overcrowding, all concerns that are being brought up here in this class action lawsuit. Now, that lawsuit was filed against Sheriff Pat Labat and his staff with Shannon.
Oh, can we take a second? Boo to Pat Labat.
Lawsuit. Now, that lawsuit was filed against Sheriff Pat Labat and his staff with Shannon Stillwell as one of the lead plaintiffs. His case just wrapped up in the YSL RICO trial. Another lawsuit filed was for damages filed by the family of Davon Blake, who was stabbed and killed in the jail last year. It was just last month that the Department of Justice said conditions at the jail violate the Constitution when it comes to cruel and unusual punishments and restricting citizens' rights. To add to that, political reporter Doug Reardon has been digging into this all day long. He will have a full report for you on Atlanta News First, live at 5.
Looking forward to hearing that report from Doug Reardon. So shout out to the boys fighting back. I cannot wait to see how this goes. And I'm going to find out what more we can do on this side to help them in this fight, because it's just starting and it's going to be a long process, as y'all know. I mean, they're basically going against the system. And the fact that Shannon is doing this while he's currently being held in the Fulton County jail system. Hey, you want to talk about it taking some balls? This is a brave thing to do. He didn't even wait until next week. He said, nah, we got to go. We got to get this done. Let's go after Fulton County. Now, some of you may not know what actually happened to Shannon while he was in jail. Going back to last year, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution gives a report on what actually happened to him inside the Fulton County jail system when he was stabbed multiple times and seemingly set up, which is crazy to see, but it's not surprising at this point. YSL trial defendant stabbed at Fulton County jail, proceeding delayed until Tuesday. And this was back in December of last year, which is crazy. Actually, almost a year ago on Wednesday. The slow moving Young Slime Life trial involving Atlanta rapper Young Thug and his alleged associates faced yet another delay on Monday after one of the defendants was stabbed over the weekend at Fulton County's troubled jail. Shannon Stillwell, also known as Shannon Jackson, was stabbed multiple times Sunday night during a fight with a fellow inmate, according to the statement from the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Willie Brown, a murder suspect who's accused of killing a teenager in 2020, now faces additional charges of aggravated assault and possession of prohibited items in connection with the stabbing. The inmates were being housed in the same zones at the Rice Street facility, the sheriff's office said. It is unknown what led to the fight, but Stillwell is considered stable, according to the statement. He is not in the courtroom Monday morning. And that was way back when. Stillwell's attorney, Max Sharp, confirmed the stabbing to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, but said he did not have comprehensive detailings regarding the circumstances surrounding the alleged attack. We do know that Shannon has a target on his back due to the false allegations in this RICO indictment, which the false allegations turned out to be false. As we know, the only thing he was found guilty on was possession of a firearm. We remain committed to ensuring his safety with hopes to get him back home to his family. Stillwell's fiance, Taisha Alexander. We won't get into that. Told Channel 2 Action News that he was stabbed once in the stomach and once in the back. She says Shannon Stillwell will survive after a 2-hour surgery. Chief Judge Earl Glanville, and we got to take a second again, suspended court for the day after learning about the incident. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a medical issue come up with one of our participants, Glanville told the jury before sending them home. It's the latest incident at the Fulton County Jail, which is under investigation by a Georgia Senate panel and the U.S. Department of Justice, which we now know they came out with a report saying what's happening in the Fulton County jail system is egregious. Due to the dangerous conditions, overcrowding, and backlog of cases. Since January 10th, suspects have died while they were in the custody of Fulton County Sheriff's Office, the majority of them inside the jail. And we talked about this going through the Department of Justice report, that there were seven people who were killed within 24 hours of getting into Rice Street. Or we should say died within 24 hours of getting into Fulton County prison system. Absolutely unacceptable. Stillwell was one of 28 people charged in last year's sprawling gang indictment, including Young Thug, the Grammy Award-winning Atlanta rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams. Only 6 of those 28, including Shannon Stillwell and Williams, are on trial. Stillwell is facing 8 charges, including conspiracy to violate RICO, 2 counts of murder. We already know all of this. Talk about the jury selection process and some of the things that went on behind the scenes. So there we have that part when it comes to Shannon Stillwell. I do not want to leave out the second part, or not even the second part, but the second lawsuit that has been filed against Fulton County jail system, and specifically Sheriff Labatt. Check this out.
We now know the name of the man killed yesterday in a stabbing at the Fulton County Jail. Officials have identified him as 23-year-old Davon Blake. Jailers say he was stabbed to death while behind bars. 4 others were also injured. New at 4, we are now hearing from Blake's family. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert joins us from the live desk tonight with what they're saying. Tyler.
Yeah, Christine, Davon Blake's family is frustrated right now. They say he should have been safe behind bars, but now they're stuck planning his funeral after he was stabbed multiple times at the Fulton County Jail yesterday.
Terrible.
It's sad that a kid go to jail and lose their life.
The family of 23-year-old Davon Blake is left with a lot of questions after the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says he was stabbed to death while in custody at the county jail.
All of us are left with a piece of us gone. It's horrible. And Fulton County needs to do better.
Blake was one of 5 people the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says was stabbed at their jail Thursday during a dispute. Investigators say he was the only one killed. Blake had been in custody since January on several charges, including reckless conduct. He also spent time at the jail in other cases in 2020 and 2021.
Yes, he's made some mistakes in his life as far as why he ended up in Fulton County Jail. But no matter what happened to why he got there, he should not have died there.
Investigators told Fox 5 they believe the incident was gang-related, but Blake's family says he wasn't in a gang. They say he was a good person, and now his 2-year-old daughter will grow up without him. His family says they want an investigation and the video released.
It's really crazy. It's blowed out. They do not have enough staff down there on Rice Street. They should have people accountable for their mistake.
The family says investigators haven't told them much, and they question what the sheriff's office says happened. The Atlanta Police Department is now investigating this case as a homicide. At the live desk, Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, so disturbing to hear about these deaths at the jail. Tyler, thanks so much.
Yep, Fulton County, your time is almost up. And I'm so glad that this is happening. Hopefully there's more that we can do. Obviously, continuing to talk about it, continuing to support Shannon and the family of Davon Blake is going to be very important moving forward. So we're going to continue to cover this, especially as the process goes on. And I actually have both lawsuits for you guys that we're going to read and go through and cover a little bit later. But let's check out, oh man, this article, tough article from Fox 5 talking about what happened to Davon Blake here. Family demands answers in the stabbing death of inmate at the Fulton County Jail. And again, this happened in October, so less than 2 months from when Shannon got stabbed last year. Inside the Fulton County Government Center Wednesday, the family of Devonte Blake demanded answers and accountability. Blake is one of 10 inmates to die at the Fulton County Jail this year. Investigators say he was stabbed multiple times. He did not deserve to have anything like this happen. There should have been more safety procedures, says Sonia Marquise, Blake's aunt. On August 31st, the 23-year-old was killed and 4 other inmates were injured in the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says was a stabbing on the 7th floor of the jail. Blake was in custody on 2 counts of reckless conduct and possession of marijuana and cocaine, as well as a battery charge out of Sumter County. He had been in custody since January of 2023. Come on, man. Attorneys for the family believe Blake was stabbed to death with shanks by other inmates while he was on the isolation unit floor of the jail. They claim the other inmates popped the locks, as we found out was really easy to do in Rice Street, that were malfunctioning and killed Blake in an area that should be monitored by guards. The family's attorney said they are planning to sue because Blake had been attacked before and more should have been done to protect him. It was shocking, Blake's uncle John Ponder told Fox 5. He didn't deserve to get his life taken like this. Everything falls on Rice Street. Uh-oh, Rice Street, where you at? Gotta come get this smoke. It's sad that a kid has to go to jail and lose their life. Blake had previously been arrested in 2021 after a high-speed chase through Atlanta. All right. He had been charged with reckless driving, felony theft by receiving stolen property, fleeing and attempting to elude law enforcement, and misdemeanor willful obstruction of law enforcement. Listen, be a law-abiding citizen. You in general can avoid most of these situations. Yes, he made some mistakes in his life as far as why he ended up in Fulton County Jail. Accountability, respect it. But no matter what happened to why he got there, he should not have died there, Marquise said. Investigators told Fox 5 they believe the incident was gang related, but Blake's family say he was not in a gang that they know of. They say he was attacked by rival inmates and that he was a good person. Now, his 2-year-old daughter will grow up without him. He was really sweet, always laughing, said Blake's aunt Sonia Marquise. Yeah, especially while he was in a high-speed chase, I'm sure. He had a great personality, just super nice. Just days before Blake died in custody, investigators say a cellmate strangled Samuel Lawrence. What? His family told Fox 5 on Tuesday that he had filed a number of complaints because of the issues with staff and other inmates. Both Blake and the lawyer's families say the system failed them. Fox 5 reporter Tyler Fingered took the concern directly to the top. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to grow up. I said from the mountaintops, we are in a crisis. We have been in a crisis long before I took office, said Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labott. I'm going to call him Pat LaPass the Buck because he takes accountability for nothing. This is insane. Sheriff Labott says his team is actively working to overhaul the issues, blah, blah, blah. He says he has asked not only the county commission to help, but the feds too. Oh, poor Sheriff Labott. He just doesn't need enough help. Sounds like y'all's guy LeBron never has enough help. We will continue to fight and continue to focus on saving lives, he said. For the Blake family and their attorneys, solutions are long overdue. How many people have to die while you're trying to fix it? Harper said, shut it down. Pat LeBum, I like that better. The Blake family says some people have been charged with his murder. We reached out to Atlanta police for more details, but have not heard back. Shocker. We're going to hold them accountable. I'm so glad that these two lawsuits came out, and we're going to cover these lawsuits fully here coming up in the next few minutes. So y'all make sure you stay tuned. And if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you go watch those other videos where I break this down. Let me know what y'all think about this. Is Fulton County finally going to pay? We'll have to wait and see.